Well, beginnings of it go back before the previous century. They all go all the way back to the 19th century. The tail end of the century in 1897, a small group of people at St. John's, what is now St. John's Norwood, decided to establish a church over here in Chevy Chase Circle. Chevy Chase was just beginning to be developed, and they felt it was the prime location for an Episcopal church on the Circle, and they had been given a grant of land, or were soon given a grant of land from the owners of the property, and were able to establish a church.
Of All Saints Church, as you are about to gather in retreat, grace to you and peace from our Lord Jesus Christ. I wish you well as you gather, pray, to study, and to think about your future as Christian persons, as a parish of our Lord, and as a witness to the world. My very best to each and every one of you.
Greetings, All Saints Chevy Chase. Great to see you all, or be seen by you all, I guess. Hope you're all having a great time at the beach there on the Eastern Shore, that it's not too cold for you. Just wanted to say that it's great to be on retreat. Emily and I just tried to finish putting together a bed from IKEA, and I think we feel we need a retreat from that. But it's always great to get away from your daily life, to sit back and reflect upon what God has for you. And like in the Jeremiah passage you all will be studying this weekend, I pray that you all will have a time free of anxiety, connected to God, so that you may bear fruit together. That's my prayer for you.
Dear friends at All Saints, I'm so pleased to be able to contact you as you enter into your retreat at the Sandy Cove Retreat Center, and have as your theme strong roots and branches. When I think about All Saints Church, I first went there when Dr. Berger was rector, when I was a seminary student at Virginia Seminary in the 1950s. When I came back with oversight, when Al Zadig was the rector, I ran into David Stanley, whose father was my professor of theology at Virginia Seminary. And then lo and behold, Paul Zoll became the rector, who was one of my clergy in South Carolina. And then I became the rector. It was a great blessing to be there with you, and you can see that there are strong roots that shoot out with branches in many directions. My prayer is that your relationship to our Lord will grow ever more deeply, and that the branches that emerge from that will multiply in such a way that no one can count them. You're in my prayers.
This was a church for any Christian who wanted to come here, that the doors were open to Christians of any sort, including Presbyterians, Methodist, Lutheran, and so forth. I think, an unusual approach, an unusual attitude about this celebration of the Christian service. It was not for that time, I think, a common thing.
Which part was it common?
The recognition of other denominations, Christian denominations.
That they could all worship here together.
Protestant, yes, but nevertheless, that they could work here together.
A very warm greeting to the members and family of All Saints Chevy Chase as you gather together in this first ever parish retreat. Mary is filming this. I'm on the other end of the camera, and we say to you, we love you. We have an enduring affection for you. And I think your title, Strong Roots, New Branches, is the great gospel order from belovedness to love. And we wish you the very warmest and most loving best from us both as we think of you today. God bless you.
Judith, when the cornerstone of All Saints Church was laid, what type of people made up the congregation?
Well, the congregation at that time was, of course, much smaller. It was a small group of people, but it was a very varied group of people, a very surprisingly varied group of people for the size of the church. The original minister that they called, Reverend Childs, had been a Presbyterian and then became Episcopalian. As a consequence, the conduct of the services and all was very simple, very plain, and Childs himself conducted a very simple, very plain sort of service.
Hello, dear friends. Out of many good memories with you all, I have one special memory that I'd like to talk to you about, and that is the developing of our intercessory prayer time on Sunday mornings. And when we were gathering people together, and a friend said, "I think I'm too old, and I don't think people would want to pray with somebody that's so old." Well, she wasn't too old, and she did pray with people Sunday mornings, and they were delighted to have her. And later on, Sarah said to me, she said, "You know, that was really one of the most important things I've ever done in my Christian life." And it was a privilege to talk aloud to God on behalf of others, and it was a privilege to be with them. And I can say that the whole team was inspired by this dear woman of God. So be blessed, and our love to you.
Greetings, All Saints Church. It is great to be part of your retreat at Sandy Cove, and along with Elizabeth, I wish we could be there with you. It sounds exciting, especially your theme of strong roots and new branches. One of the things that we love about South Carolina are all the live oak trees and the Spanish moss. And one of the things about a live oak tree is that the roots go double the length of the furthest branch, which means that these trees have this amazing root system. And churches can be like that. Churches with that 118-year history, like All Saints, having those amazing and beautiful roots that make that tree solid. And you and I, we share that lineage together at All Saints. And what a privilege to be part of that. Know that this weekend, Elizabeth and our children, Wimberly, Christian, and Hudson, will be praying for you as you enter into a new season of ministry and root development. Bless you all. We love you.
We love being members of All Saints Church.
We really come to All Saints and found it to be a great place for our family.
This church has an unusually close and personal sense of family community.